So I'm going to show you some of the features of a combination seat. A combination seat is a 2-in-1 seat. So it can be used as a forward-facing car seat with a 5-point harness or the straps, but it can also be used as a booster seat. This particular combination seat is the Evenflo SecureKid. And as always, we encourage you to read your manual, take a look through this, as well as look at the stickers on your car seat that have further instructions and pictures so you get a great idea of how to use this seat. Now, every car seat has starting height and weight limits as well as maximum height and weight limits. When you're using this car seat as a 5-point harness seat, the child needs to be 22 to 65 pounds and 28 to 50 inches, as well as has to be at least 2 years old. New York State law recommends that children under the age of 2 remain rear-facing. So in order for a child to sit forward-facing in this seat, they have to be age 2. Now, when your child outgrows the straps, meaning they've reached either the height or the weight limit, 65 pounds or 50 inches, you can then remove the straps, remove the buckle, and use it as a booster seat. So the child at this point would sit directly into the seat without the straps with the seatbelt over them. To use as a booster seat, the child must be between 40 to 110 pounds, 43.3 to 57 inches, and they have to be at least 4 years old. Our recommendation is to keep them in this 5-point harness until they max it out by height or weight, and then keep them in a booster seat until they outgrow the booster and can properly fit in a seatbelt. As a reminder, New York State law states that children have to be at least 8 years old to come out of a car seat completely and sit in a seatbelt. Most 8-year-olds are not ready, so we continue to use that booster seat until the seatbelt does fit correctly. And you'll find all that information in your manual. So we'll start with some of the key features on your booster seat that are really going to help you use it properly. And the first thing we're going to go over is your harness strap system. So this is a 5-point harness. It touches your child's body at 5 points above the shoulders, around the waist, and between the legs. Now the harness comes out of these slots here, and if you notice, I have 4 different slots. So if you need to change the slot, meaning moving the harness up to a higher slot, I'm going to show you how to do that, and it's very easy. So what you need to do is flip the car seat over, and you'll see that the harness comes out through the back and attaches to this plate. Now, in order to move it up to another slot, just simply slide the harness loops off one side and then re-thread it through the slot that you want. Now, we recommend that you do this one at a time, because if you start to take the harness completely apart, it's easy to get lost and not know how it goes back together. So if you do one at a time, it's much easier to follow one that's already set and less likely that these will get twisted. Make sure that the harness straps do not get twisted, and that when you're reinstalling the loop back onto the slot, onto the plate, that it's fully on there. So again, this is how you move the straps up and down the different slots. Another feature on the harness is the chest clip as well as the buckle. You'll notice that the buckle has 2 different slots as well. As the child grows, you can move this buckle to the outer slot to give them more room. And again, that is also relatively easy. All you have to do is flip the car seat over, and the buckle is attached to another plate, and it simply slides into the slot and hooks. Another feature with this harness system is the adjuster, and the adjuster is down here between the child's legs. This strap tightens the harness. So as you pull it, the harness will tighten. When you need to loosen the harness, press this silver button down, and as you hold it down, the harness can release. So tighten and loosen. Okay, so that is your harness system. Another feature of the seat is the headrest. The headrest can move up and down. There is a red button at the very top of the headrest. If you press that down, the harness can adjust up or down. Make sure when you're putting your child in that their head is well contained within these wings. That is the purpose of these wings, is if you get hit on the side of your car, the child's head is perfectly contained within those wings. So again, press the red button to move it up or down. The next thing to know about your car seat is the belt path. And the belt path is back here, and it is this slot that goes behind the seat. This is how you install your car seat. So if you're using your seatbelt system in your car, the seatbelt system slides through this belt path. Or if you're using what's known as latch, latch is an acronym that stands for lower anchors and tethers for children. They are additional anchors in your vehicle. This is instead of using the seatbelt. These attachments that already come on the car seat and they're already through this belt path can also be used to install your seat, okay? And these attachments look like little hooks, and they go down and over the anchor. One side has an adjuster to tighten. Part of the latch system is the tether, which is an additional strap. This is really important with a forward-facing seat. You want to make sure this tether strap is attached to a tether anchor in your car if you have one available, because in a crash it will prevent the car seat from moving forward. Most vehicles now are equipped with these anchors, and the car seats come with these attachments. My recommendation is when you're not using these, you store them. It's really easy for these to fly around and come loose, so you want to make sure that they go back into their proper places if they're not being used. So we've gone over the harness system, the headrest, the belt path, and your latch attachments. The last thing we're going to look at is how to use this as a booster seat. Now, I'm not going to take it completely apart. However, when your child is ready for the booster seat stage, meaning they've outgrown the harness comes completely off just by removing it off that metal plate. The buckle comes out, and again, the child would sit directly in the seat with the seatbelt over them. You'll notice there are these red guides on both sides of the seat. When the seatbelt goes over the child, the lower belt, the lap belt, slides underneath the red guides to keep that lower belt on the child's thighs or hips. And then the shoulder belt slides underneath the head restraint to keep the seatbelt directly on the shoulder and across the chest and not the neck. Booster seats are relatively easy because all you need to do is use the seatbelt over the child. But just remember to use these guides to get the proper fit so the seatbelt lays where it's supposed to. Again, we recommend you keep your child in the 5-point harness in your combination seat for as long as you can until they outgrow the straps. Keep them in that booster seat until they're at least age 8 or they've outgrown the seat completely before they move into a seatbelt. And again, read your owner's manual, look at your stickers, If you need help at any time, feel free to call us. And these are the features of your combination seat.